Corrupted Keep, for instance.
Yeah, and I'm actually excited to get into both these teams' comms because they both speak English to each other, and we can kind of hear the differences of them. I think we're going to hear a lot of Zron, and not so much Toxic. I think Toxic is kind of one of those players that just, you know, keeps his head down and just goes for frags. He's a machine. He's been called that for a reason because all he does is win, win, win no matter what. And we might be able to see that yet again because they're already up 3-0.
Yeah, that's it. The Quaker Orbs still looking to get themselves on the board. Tox really needs a couple of resources. He's calling out to Zron, please give me a totem as soon as you possibly can. But
I think you're lying. I think he's not saying anything. He's just mentally telling him to heal me.
It's more telekinetic or something like that. Well, he's actually found a stack anyway. Piercing Sight is up. Trying to snag a rail of some sort, but is at risk of that Piercing Sight going down before any damage delivered. But anyway, just as Zron needs some help, he's there to give him a hand.
I think I like sometimes watching Tox here on the rail is like, he's not afraid to take that extra like millisecond or extra half second to just hit the shot, to be, you know, more of a guaranteed shot. We see that a lot with rockets where people don't spam it necessarily because they want to like make the other person predict their shot and then not really be able to because they kind of fake their movement or they feint away. And that was, you know, a couple of hesitation seconds we did see netted them to kill into effortless.
Sure. Well, we've got a big moment in the map now. It is the first power-up, the quad damage. We have got Effortless and Yana right next to it, holding close bodies for them at the moment. And that is Effortless got it. He's got 50 health to go, and he's just backwards strafing, trying to get out of there safely as he can without giving up the quad. And he's done an amazing job. Now he's able to stack up a bit and might be able to get some damage out. All these rails does manage to pick off Tox in the end.
Great little totem as well by Yunum there to make sure he's healthy so he can be even more aggressive. They're down by 1, so fairly good start here. Eventually Zron will pick up the kill, but there's not much time left on quad anyways, so not big of a deal. But Zron will be able to net himself 1 kill before it does fade away. Maybe the second.
Almost.
Effortless, extremely low on HP.
Oh, unconsensual rocket jump there. That was not required. That's with a small 4 frag lead to go. The Mega's going to be soon up. Is Zron and Tox going to transfer over to the side of the C? Tox is going over through T.
Look how many totems Zron has down. 4.
That is a lot.
I think we could agree Ruins of Sarnath is one of those maps you can get a lot of totems down on because there's a lot of extra secret paths and weird positions that you can use it, but it's so important for a Galena to be able to do that.
Oh, Tox pushing in, going over the LG. Effortless ends up suiciding, but it is Yena that makes it a 2-for-1 in favor of Quaker Orbs. Got the armor, his health's not bad at all. There's a couple of hourglasses there, but he's actually going to give that over to Effortless.
Probably could have used it. Well, luckily for him, the J spot is open to put the totem down. I love how you call it the J spot even when I'm not here. It makes me proud.
It's good. It's effective.
It's gonna get the players to do it now, and then it will be even better.
They've tied it up. It's 9 for 9. Okay, it's still early days, sure, but we're seeing a relatively slow pace here on Ruins, and the Quaker Orbs are staying head-to-head with 2 of the top players in Europe.
They are, and speaking, you know, this next power coming up in 8 seconds, we're going to take a listen in with the Ice Climbers to hear what Zron and maybe Tox has to say.
Sure. I'm okay.
Nice. They're spawning shaft, I think.
Clear. Take heavy if you can.
Yep. Both have rocket. Why is it super weak?
Galena heavy, camping.
Yeah, both heavy.
There's drop. Yeah, was bad. Visor 100 dead.
Need help at heavy.
Yeah.
Didn't think you should drop.
80 to Visor. Mega now. Railed Galena on nail gun. Nice. Probably LG.
Yeah, both LG.
So there you go. Pretty some communication from both sides. And to point out, you know, during the comms, even though Ice Climbers did have protection, Quaker Orbs, I think, were getting most of the kills.
Talk's actually talking more than I was expecting as well. And you can hear that some teams are really saying out the timings a lot to each other. You don't really hear so much about the timings between Tox and Zron. That seems to be almost like an unwritten rule. They know it anyway because they're timing it themselves. And it's very much calling out the positions instead and the damage that you've been doing to the players. So you know, is there a specific weapon that I need to have out in order to finish somebody off? Or am I going against somebody who's pretty stacked? And which room am I going in for? And I like that says, Tox asking for help as well. Like, please come and support me as quickly as you can if Zron happens to be nearby.
Sounds so much calmer than I do when I scream for help. We play, help me, Zoot! Please!
Don't give me nightmares.
16-13 though. Quaker Orbs, to be fair to them, are actually keeping this closer than maybe some people out there expected. Doing a very good job so far. Keeping it within a 3-frag game. Quad is up and Quad is on Yenem. So we could see a tie here. Doesn't have a lot of HP though, that's the downside.
He's going to try and take it a little bit slow. I don't think he wants to go head on into it, and if he is, he's going to try and get Effortless to tank the damage before him. But now that he's not available, he might brave it a little bit more. Tox is just hitting every rail, and that's it. Is managing your expectations against Tox when he's got that weapon.
To normal people, he's not railable. To Tox, he is.
Yeah,
as you saw there. A nice little double shot. Quad will fade away. Iceclimber still maintaining a 2-frag lead. Nice little drop by Tox to catch out Yenem. Gets the kill. Effortless comes in and joins the party, but he might be joining the death. At least we'll get the kill on Tox against Ron. Ideally should be able to clean this up, stealing away heavy in the meantime. Yenem again. It's a bloodbath. I don't know. The water's green, but I swear it should be red by now with how many frags have gone down in that heavy room.
Although they managed to get themselves a quad, that frag lead is eked back into the favor of Ice Climbers by a small handful, but it's still touch and go at the moment as we get into the halfway mark of this match. And Zron spotting some rails. He knows that they're in LG. Tox trying to flank a little bit. It's a perfect rocket as well. And with the heavy up, he's got some armor, so he's going to say, hey Tox, I got a present for you. Now we can start thinking about a quad setup as well.
Yeah, protection in 30 seconds. Mega's going to be up before that, though. As you can imagine, Tox and Zron are going to actually be combating for it, but Toxic's nowhere to be seen, unfortunately.
There he is.
Well, yeah, there he is now, and they actually will get it at the perfect timing. So we're going to have Mega picked up. We've got protection 20 seconds, and more importantly, we got Quaker Orbs on the cobs. Let's hear what the Americans are going through.
I'm really weak. I'm at T. I'm all in T. I'm dead. He took like 60 at T, still there. He visored as well. He's at Mega with visor.
I railed it before.
Yeah, they're both on me.
I'm leaving.
Cross on T.
He's on. One dropped for heavy, one on all. Railed, heavy.
Cross on me. Dealing Mega from him, 49.
He got heavy, 52.
49, 52. One T still.
This time there's not so much positive for them to be talking about because they lost out on that protection. So very much about trying to stay away a little bit, try and get a 2v1 if possible. You noticed when Tox with Zron, they're trying to focus fire on the guy without protection. But aside from that, it's really staying alive at that stage.
And speaking of staying away, credit to both teams actually, because every power-up that's been secured for either team hasn't netted many kills. They've actually been able to disengage fairly well, stay spread out, and also have vision and information to just stay away from that player. So
it's been an incredibly slow and steady game, and I like that. Ice Climbers have actually been happy to play into that strategy. Usually they do like to have a faster approach to the game, but it's working out for them.
26-17, the kill gap is lengthening. 10 kills now as we're approaching that 9.5-minute mark. Strong getting aggressive. He's got some rockets to use. He actually eats a fat rocket to the face. Down to 69 HP, and he tries to predict the location that Yenem was going. He won't be able to hit the flick. Quad, this is going to be a big one. Quaker Orbs, I think, you know, from a perspective mentally, they need to pick this up and get some momentum going, because we know how explosive Zron and Tox can be, especially with a quad on their backs.
Zron has been doing so much damage with the railgun. He's eventually going to get taken down, but during that life that he had, he did hundreds and hundreds of damage. Now we've got Tox trying to hold steady by rocket spawn. He's got Effortless at the end closing on him. He needs Zron to come in for that support shortly. There he is on the backside by Nailgun, but it's going to be a 2-for-0. Effortless and Yenem, they've secured quad. And the enemy should be looking good. Actually, a bit of a comeback can happen right now, so Ice Climbers have got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, there's one. Well, technically 3 off the kills before quad. There's 4 and 5. That was getting 1. And what was once a 10 kill lead is now only 4.
This is a really nice string of plays.
Yeah. And you can see immediately Ice Climbers are just backing away. They realize, yeah, we need to calm down. We need to stop feeding over kills. We need to just stagnate this game a little bit more to limit any momentum, any confidence for Yenim and Effortless. That was something I talked about a lot in the last match with Corvidae up against Cyberfight. So Corvidae was lacking that confidence, but when we went to Blood Covenant, they completely gained it back. We're looking like a completely different team.
They managed to secure the heavy armor. Tox, a lot of stack going on, so it should be an easy frag there. Yenim had the rail out to begin with, so he wasn't able to dish out much damage. And Tox finds that railing a little too late and is just going to push into the Mega Room. Secures that, and he's getting a great rotation of the items. He's stacking up a bit too much for Quaker Orbs to be comfortable with.
LG's not even able to melt through that stack. They actually funneled them in. Sron is right above them, jumps in, looking for some frags. Tox just trying to support him with the rail. Now looking to cut off a player who's going to actually teleport in towards Rockets. I think it's Effortless. Getting close to the next power-up here, the protection. And that kill difference is almost back to 10 here.
Again, they need to do some damage to Tox soon. He's taken none, and he's done about 200 damage just then. They need to get something done, get rid of that overstack at least. Some of the nails starting to connect, but here's Piercing Sight. This is where he could do his most. The rail does come back from Yenim, but now it's going to be Zron pushing in. He goes down, unfortunately, and now we've got a bit of a 2v1. But again, the damage has been done.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, Yenim's got to be careful. He's got no totem. He's very low on life. Protection's about to spawn in. I think Effortless is actually the one going to go for it. Effortless has actually been dropped, and Yenim with 6 HP. Even if he does get protection, won't be able to survive for a long time, but Effortless, I think he respawned at the perfect moment, at the perfect place. He gets protection. He's on the chase. Unfortunately for him, he's not able to close that distance against, I believe that is Strong. Oh, that's 180 damage now done to him.
If they can get maybe 1 or 2 more frags at the back end of this protection, we're going to be fighting down to the quad to see who's going to win this map. This isn't a map that I would expect Quaker Orbs to actually be taking. Another rail, let's go an orb behind him. He's still going for the rail shots, could just try and close the gap instead. Protection's out, and he's still missing the shots, unfortunately, for him.
And most importantly, this is the map that Ice Climbers chose since they were the higher seed. So Quaker Orbs able to keep it, at least the gap this close. It's really a true testament to the team and true testament to why everyone that did donate did, because they believed in them.
Oh, he's going to find Zron. That was a 2-for-1 just then, with 5 frags away from each other. He's found another 100 damage, looking for machine gun. If he can get a couple more weapons, then he'd be looking very, very strong. But the item controller's there. What's he going to pick his preference over? I do think that was Ice Climbers who picked up heavy armor. Yeah. Can there be some defense now?
Let me see, 45 seconds on quad. Yenim, he's got the Mega. He's actually going to drop down top of Zron. He's missing a lot of these rockets. Or, you know, I'm not even going to say missing. I think Zron actually just baited a lot of those shots really well, dodged extremely mindfully.
Let's go switch over to Effortless and see how he's doing. That is going to be heavy in a second. His weapons are not too bad. A little bit of drop down nail gun damage. He might want to get a bit more LG ammunition, but they need to set up now for the quad. This is the final power-up of the game. If they get it, they can come back. If they don't, I'm not sure this is possible. That's a big frag. Tox is on the side. Love for him to hit something now. It's going to be still 3 seconds until the spawn. Brilliant rail from him. Nail gun to try and close that one out. Tox goes down, but he can't quite make it onto the quad damage. Zron, he's going to be chasing Yenim, who's going to try to make it away, but he's got so little health. He gets the steal on the heavy. Surprisingly, he's still not gone down. Effortless breaks out.
He's extremely low. I think he's going to have a totem momentarily, but definitely potential for the kill. 30 seconds left to go, a 6-kill difference. If Quaker Orbs don't get 2 kills in the next 5 to 10 seconds, I think that's going to do it. I think Ice Climbers, actually, honestly, I think one of the first times they're not going to finish a map based off of frags.
No, completely. 41 to 33, and if that quad went the direction of Quaker Orbs, it could be a very different story right now.
Yeah, look at this. They're just setting up a fortress at Rockets. They realize you have to come to us, and yeah, with 7 seconds left, there's just no way. So Ice Climbers will take the first map here in the series and get 1 step closer to going into the winner bracket match versus Cyberfight, which I think they'll be more than happy to playing the enemy they know instead of the enemy they don't know after Corvidae. And now it means we're going over to Quaker Orbs map choice. Not sure what it is just yet, but in terms of frags, 22 for Zron, 19 for Tox. Effortless at 21 frags, actually almost pulled even, and Yenim at 12.
Yeah, really, really solid performance actually from Quaker Orbs. I wasn't expecting that. They kept it competitive through the entirety of the map apart from the last power-up, and it was just a difference of, you know, if they could make a couple of those frags go a different direction, then that last minute of play could have been just a complete rampage from them.
And honestly, credit again to both teams to not let a team snowball off of a power-up.
Yeah. That's
something that's, I mean, I think Rinzasonic is one of those maps that it's hard to snowball with, but even then, to prevent a team from getting more than, I think, 3 frags with a power-up is not an easy task, especially at the caliber of teams that we're playing with here. So they really, you know, stopped the rot, prevented a lot of extra damage being done, and I'm pleasantly surprised and happy with Quaker Orbs. I think they should be, well, they're not going to be happy, obviously, about losing, but I think they can be happy about how they performed against one of the best teams in Europe.
For sure, for sure. And it's one of those things as well in terms of the power-up control, because we are listening to the comms of Tox and Strana. You could tell Tox is saying, I think they're going to spawn over here. So when they're on their power-up run, they're quickly trying to tell each other, okay, I killed them on this part of the map. I think, you know, based on how I understand the spawn system, that there's a high likelihood that they're going to go into a certain room now. So they check those areas as quickly as possible, say clear, and then they can work their way around from that and, you know, play the game like that.
Yep. We do have our next map as well, Zoot. Blood Covenant.
You didn't guess that.
No, I told you I wasn't going to try to guess any maps today. I feel like I used all my power yesterday.
That's fine. Quit while you're ahead. I understand that.
You're still tilted by it, though.
Yeah, I know.
You're still quite mad that I got so many right
Exactly, I lost sleep over that.
It's all right. It's all right. Because, you know what? You don't have anything to lose sleep over now because we're having so many great matches today. We still have so many great matches to come up tomorrow. The likes of, Virtus Pro, Sleep to Awake, Team Liquid 1, and I can't remember the last team for the life of me for some reason that's already through to tomorrow.
That's Pro. I'm losing my mind at the moment.
I'm going to pull up my notebook because I can't remember it for some reason.
Well, guys, we have got map 2 between Ice Climbers and Quaker Orbs that have begun. I'm on Tox's POV. As almost usual, but he is going to get taken down fairly early.
AMD, how did we forget that? We had an interview with Cooler. Yeah.
I've got nothing, Jason.
That's fine. All right, so Quaker Orbs already off to a strong start, 2-1. Did we go over the champion picks yet? Because we're not seeing a Galena for the side of Quaker Orb. We're using the Riser Doom combo again.
Again, I'm not 100% sure what I'm like about that, but you know, the proof is in the pudding. We're going to see the game now. They've got a small edge, but it's a minute in. It's too early to really tell what the true effect is going to be like. But checking out Zron, trying to get that rail down. That is going to be Yenim falling. And going to be mega control going to Ice Climbers.
A little shoulder peek.
Hello, hello. I know you're there. Oh, he's going to take you down. That's 100 damage. Oh, the totem as well. Thank you, please.
Just a quick frag at us, Ron. LG comes out again. Hey, remember, one thing, if you guys are new and don't know much about the players, one thing that's Ron talks to extremely well, besides the fact of being some of the best players in Europe in duel and in twos, is that they always seem to have the right gun out the right time. They always do max amount of damage they possibly can at all times, and that makes them so hard to deal with because they know to choose the right weapon when it comes to machine gun versus rail, and they're so damn accurate that even if you do kill them, you're not really going to escape with full HP, as you are going to see probably throughout the entirety of this series.
Well, let's see actually what happens in the next few seconds, because the first quad is about to spawn.
Talk's not healthy at all for this. Doesn't even need HP, it seems, though. Almost picking up a double kill. Zron did go down. Effortless is killable. Mega's not up. There's a chance they could do this. I think Effortless isn't really going to be able to convert to too many kills. You can see Zron pushing directly, trying to finish him off. But the Mega perfectly well timed. But either way, that's another, 5 seconds gone now from the quad.
Either way, he's going to find a bit of machine gun damage. I do believe that is Zron in the upper parts. Tox just trying to crouch kill any additional seconds that he can of that power-up. But Zron's going to be found. Effortless, though, is wise enough not to just push through that corner and try and run into any rockets. But he just goes onto the bridge. Then I was just praising him for how smart it was not to go for that target, and then he exposes his back to Zron then.
Probably should have backed off to Blood Flow, or maybe went towards Catwalk there. Definitely agree, but he felt like he did enough damage to Tox, and he actually did a hell of a lot to him, even with quad. Maybe getting a little bit too aggressive. Berserk comes out, wants the 1-2 punch finisher onto Zron. I think he's going to be 1-2 into his grave, as Tox will get the kill.
I love that double back from Yenim, just getting that extra bit of damage at the end when it was clear that he was very close to death. Now, Effortless trying to set up by pillar area. Trying to pressure a little bit. There's a totem in front, but Zron is going to get taken down. Effortless attacking from behind over here. Using the piercing sight. Got a little bit of extra information, but not getting any damage with it. Trying to support, but Tox just attacking in his back.
It seems like it seems like Zron and Tox are doing a good job of maintaining control of Rail. We got about 17 seconds on protection, so you know what? We're going to drop back into the chilly comms of the Ice Climbers and hear what's going on.
Rocket.
Yeah. They're coming from below. Teleporter.
Coming. One railed. I'll go teleporter too. Let's go. 100 visor. I'm 30.
I'm weak, I'm weak. Take it.
I'll wait for bubbles. I've told him in a second. They took heavy.
Yeah,
One
they're
lower.
shaft. I'm at Mega.
One
Below
rocket.
Mega, below Mega.
Cool.
One rail. Boom coming, rail.
I'm missing. Boss bridge. $80 Doom. Heavy. Take. Railed. Doom.
And again, like even with protection for Zron, he got at most 1 kill after the initial pickup. Effortless and Yenem just doing such a good job of preventing again that snowball from happening.
Because even Zron was telling Tox that he was missing, because unfortunately he saw Tox die right in front of him and he couldn't get those rails to support his teammate. So just letting him know that that damage isn't there at the moment, and maybe that would change Tox's mind about engaging into another fight. Tox about to get the heavy armor, fairly weak on health at the moment, but they've established a small lead now. There's something that they could possibly work with. Tox got a lot of useful weapons to work with, and with the piercing sight coming up, he's expecting some kind of damage. That was rail shot though. That was Yenem that managed to land a rail on him somehow.
Jeez.
Okay.
The ability for Tox to just switch targets like that on like a dime is so splendid to see. And to see the accuracy doesn't really suffer from that either.
No, not at all. It's just a quick flick and job's done on it. Well, it is going to be quad damage in just a moment. I'm going to switch over actually to the Quaker Orbs to see if they're able to hold this position a little bit. You can see the nail gun coming close. Going for the punch actually, he gets the double. That is going to be Yenem setting up this quad. Effortless has managed to secure it. So a brilliant 1v1 from both of the players. Effortless gets himself the Mega, and now a comeback can be created.
So let's just watch how many kills off this quad, excluding the kills before. Looking for that first. He will get one on his run. I mean, we've seen people like Latrome earlier on. I think even Base get like 7 kills or 8 kills in their match versus Corvidae. And again, look at that, retreating away. I wonder if they actually... So I wonder if these teams are saving Piercing Sight, not for the actual pickup of the item, but for the moment that happens after, whether they get it so they can chase or they retreat away, because they always seem to move around the map in the opposite direction of the way the team is coming at them.
Oh, completely. They want to keep moving away as fast as they can. But the thing is, if you're the team with the power-up, you're also risking it if you're trying to go in for a flank, because if that team runs into the player without the power-up, then they're probably going to start getting those favorable trades. And it's a situation you totally want to be avoiding. When you've got the power-up, you're meant to be getting every single benefit possible.
5 kill difference as we approach that 7.5 minute mark. Now up to 6 with a nice kill by Tox with the rail. More importantly, Zron's able to get the Mega, and you can see the transition over towards Heavy. They want to take this away. They want to maintain the control over, like you said, of every pickup possible. But Effortless is going to be there. Effortless is going to get it with the Berserk. And Yenem has his back. Yenem gets the kill on the first shot. Tox able to turn that around, though, to trade 1 for 1. And Yenem's not able to hit the follow-up rail. So unfortunately, we'll just stay at that 1 for 1 trade. Still the 7 kill difference between the two.
Oh, Yenem starting to hit rails. Has got rid of a bunch of totems as well. Trying to go in for the pre-fire shot up at the top of pillars. Now Tox locking down an angle himself. Piercing Sight going to help him with that 80 damage.
Tox is uncharacteristically missing a lot of rails today. Even Zron.
I feel like, yeah, the rails haven't been as on point. Tox has been quite good. Zron is certainly missing a lot, as you could tell from his comms. And again, we're getting another power-up run now from Quaker Orbs. Rocket jumping across, making sure that he can definitely get the Mega.
Oh, that was pretty. but he actually might push into his death here because that nail gun is doing some serious work. He ends up suiciding, and I believe that's going to be Yenim to secure it from behind. I mean, those are pretty as hell rocket jump, but he like basically rocket jumped into nails.
Yeah, and nails are incredibly powerful right now. And was it Tox that was just holding his ground? He's like, you know what? I'll just stand here. You're not going to slow down until you kill me, so let me see if I can take you down with me at the very least.
Mega is up, and Mega will be picked up again here for Quaker Orbs. I mean, still only a 6-kill difference. We've seen Ice Climbers even against, you know, the best teams be able to pull off 10, 15, potentially even 20 frag leads at this point. The Quaker Orbs are 100% holding their own. You can see Zron Tox playing from the low ground. And Yenim, to say Yenim and Efos, but just mostly Yenim, just trying to maintain the high ground position. Quad's up in about 60 seconds. They know Mega's coming up in 4. And again, Yenim not able to hit these rails. Then again, neither is Tox there. Yeah, this is... I mean, the thing is, you point this out so often, and I think that's a perfect example of it, of switching to machine gun instead. More reliable damage.
Yeah, completely. I want to have a quick look at the scores, actually. Yenim struggling a bit, 5 for 12. That's Doom there. I did have raised my skepticisms a little bit. Effortless having a great game right now. Tox and Zron. Tox are slightly ahead of Zron, but pretty close together. As far as Yenim, I'd really think, actually, why don't I try and go for a change? It's in the rules.
Again, you can see he wanted to switch to rail there from long range. He's able to get the kill onto Zron with the rockets, so they get a nice 2 for 1. But, I mean, not to like talk bad about him, but I definitely think like machine gun switching, they need more reliable damage, you know? And that's something that Tox and Zron do so well. They know when to use the machine gun versus when to use the rail.
Tox taking 2 frags down.
He's stacked
Nothing
too
went
for this.
the way of Quaker Orbs there. This is well, the second to last quad. He's just trying to back off again for this heavy, and now he can maybe try and think on a small rampage. He knows which direction the players are going, but it's about where can I try to cut them off? They would hear that bounce pad going, so they know a player's there. But it's a case of, is it quad or is it the other guy? Effortless dies, but they've only lost 1 frag on the quad itself, which really isn't bad, but it leaves them a lot of work, regardless, to do in the next 5 minutes. Or 4 minutes now. Oh, again, the berserk denial.
I wonder how many times that's happened, actually. Was it Ketchup that mentioned the point about, you know, the ping isn't a factor here, so Gauntlet, the delay you normally would have of hitting someone with Berserk is basically minimized.
We've seen it a couple of times this tournament. Yeah. I don't think as... Well, to be fair, we haven't seen Doom loads and loads. But again, I think Doom's also been third best to Galena Visor. Yep. Overall, depending on the map, of course, we've seen some fantastic plays from Strog, as well as Keel, even Blaskovitz has had his fair share of moments. I'd say almost more than Doom.
Yeah, 6 frag difference here. And we're about 11.5 minutes in, so again, I don't think we're going to finish this map off of kills. It's going to come down to time. And both teams have played, I think, power-ups perfectly. At least when it comes to the defending side, being aggressive is a little bit more difficult the way the other team has been playing. Oh, that's not 10. That went from 6 to 10 really quickly.
Yeah, it did. It's just been, again, a small snowball. And there they are, every single frag. They seem to be supporting each other. Quaker Orbs are being ripped apart in these last few minutes. So they might not hit the frag limit, but at this pace, they certainly could give it a try. 2 rails from Zron, starting to hit a little bit more now. Power up is going to be up. It is going to be taken by Effortless. He's got a small amount of health, but he's backing off to the Mega first.
Let's actually take a listen in with Quaker Orbs right now, because they're the ones in the backseat. They're the ones that need to pick up these kills to close this gap.
Watch HMG. Watch HMG.
Took 40. 1 really weak mid-level. They're both rail. One's rail, one's heavy.
Heavy's 06. Mega now. 40. One could be Cat. Watch Cat. Need.
He's coming. Dead.
Your LG?
Yep.
He's 1 nail. LG.
Took 45. He's weak at shotgun.
Lower shards, weak.
He's going mega set. Both, he's dead.
I'm on heavy.
Okay, mega's 10. They're gonna get.
Down rockets, I think.
Yes.
38. Oh, watch rail, watch rail. Okay. One on HMG, one cat. Hold HMG.
Yeah, I can't push. I'm weak.
Doesn't seem like the streak is, well, the amount of kills they are behind is getting any smaller. Minute and a half to go with the 11 frag lead. Almost gonna call it here at this rate, Zoot. I mean,
yeah, I mean, at the same time, it wasn't really getting worse, but Tox's run weren't giving up that many angles for them to get free damage off. You could see with their positioning, even though they were weak, they weren't willing to take the risks to go in. If you don't take the risks, you don't have a chance to get the kills, but then again, you're taking a risk versus Ron and Tox.
it's this quad, though. That looks like they're going to be able to position around it and secure it. Tox has to go the long way. Yenim already has Mega, so he's quite stacked this, but look at that. Tox from behind. Effortless gets the kill. The LG's coming out. Tox is going to be able to win it in a 1-on-2 and get quad. And now most likely lock down this map and the series for themselves.
Machine gun should help out, respecting the nail gun a little bit, but there comes heavy armor. It's just about surviving now. Mega is up too. I think that's Ron moving over to it. LG, effortless, melting. And the enemy as well. More people right by the pillars. Ron finding him, hears him going up the shotgun hallway towards the heavy armor spawn. There's no item there for him, and Ron's just going to keep on destroying people with that heavy machine gun.
15 seconds to go.
Oh,
There's potential to finish this in frags, but they don't even need to. 14 frags in the lead. And time has now disappeared here, Zoot. We're going to have Ice Climbers taking a 2-0 victory against Quaker Orbs to get into the winner bracket finals. But one thing I do have to say is that Ice Climbers did not win as convincing as either